So for this drawing video I'm going to do a Dark Souls concept creation of my own, mixed in with probably other elements that I've seen throughout the 3 games really. So if you recognise any elements you probably know that I got inspired by certain creatures, so I don't know, I'm just going to make it up as I go along. And I think this is going to be like, I don't know if I'll show the scale of it, like it's going to be a huge boss, but I don't know, we'll just see. Just make it up as I go along, I don't know. I'm thinking something with like massive spider legs. Or tentacles as well. I'll just knock the brush over. Maybe it's got like a main mouth here. Another leg. Give it like spider type legs, you know, I'm not really sure if it'll have 8 legs or something, but I'll just give it a random assortment of legs. Draw the bottom part of the mouth there, lots of teeth. Lots of tentacle stuff. I'll do like an eyeball right at the front there. That leg goes off the page there, I think. So it looks like the legs are coming out of the mouth, but that won't be the case. I'll just coming from the body on the other side, so we'll draw something that overlaps there. Like a pincer, well, one pincer claw thing. Maybe like loads of like folds and like sagging skin things underneath. And these like just drag along the floor. It'll look a lot better once I start inking it, but there's maybe loads of other eyes and stuff here and there. Try and fit a lot of tentacles in there, just make it really busy. The tentacles are sort of like the hair, maybe. I don't know. I quite like that. As far as it goes, I may add some more little things when it comes to inking, but I'll just yeah, I'll just get the ink pens and see what I can do. So I've got this Sharpie marker pen, just working out where all the darker areas are going to be, and the thicker lines are always underneath, just to give the creature some weight. Try and give them legs a bit more, some thicker lines there. I like drawing on this grey tone paper because you can create some pretty cool effects, and you've already got like the grey tone there, and like white colours just appear brighter obviously on the surface, so I'll try and incorporate that when it comes to a bit of colouring. I'll draw them little fucking bollock things, or I don't know, underneath, like folds of skin, or I don't know. Just weird shapes and stuff. Some of these tentacles, maybe bring them more into the head as well, make them more part of the body. Like that. Can add more thicker lines later if I need a bit more, but it's just a good idea just to try and work out where everything is. It looks a bit of a jumble now obviously, but once I start inking a lot of these lines, you'll see clear sections of this that might look quite cool, and areas that you can build on, and you know, things like that. Maybe some more shadow in between there, wherever the leg is on that side, and underneath there as well. Yeah, I think that'll do for the thick marker. Use the gel ink pen and try and go around these lines that I've drawn and create any other type of lines as I'm going along. It's all about extending the detail on this. Just a bit of the way through, I'm just thinking this is more like a Demon Souls type creature than a Dark Souls one, I think. But yeah, that's sort of quite like the design anyway, and the way it's coming together. It's something that can be workable. Just the way that I'm arranging it here. Just adding like loads of detail. A lot of them lines that I'm drawing like under the legs, that's where a lot of the shadow will be anyway. When I just add a bit of paint, excuse me, I think this grey tone paper is really good. for adding like shades of grey, and then you know can do white over the top and things like that. As you know, you've seen these videos, you see me inking these extreme details and stuff like that. That's something that I just love in the drawing. You know, I'm a comic book type fan, so I like to see lots of inked details in my drawings. And sometimes you just don't know when to stop, but it's fun just to ink. You know, you can like lose time by just inking a drawing and adding loads of crazy details. So that's what I like about this process. You know, when you're creating stuff like this, you're in another world in your own head, I think. That's all I can describe it as, really. You're trying to create this drawing and you know, like a design and things like that, so you just become, I don't know, like in a flow state. I think that's the only thing I can describe it as. Trying to get this drawing done. Obviously, like the flow is slightly broken because I'm like filming a video and then I have to stop and start the video sometimes, you know, just different sections and stuff like that, but usually like I can just ignore that, and then you know I know where to start and you know pick up and stop and start and things like that. But yeah, this creature drawing, by the end of it, it looks exactly how I imagined it. I sort of imagined it with a few more spider legs, but it's still workable. It still looks like a creature that I'd see in the games. You know, like maybe like in a cave or something. You know, you just about to go through a cave system to reach maybe a castle or something, and then there's this thing blocking your way, this big creature. I don't really know what I'd call it, to be honest. I must think of a name by the end of this. I'll try and think of something. I think it's best when you're doing these type of designs is maybe like try and do a little story or backstory to them, or maybe like if you've got like design elements like them eyes on there right near the head. At first they look like I'm just going to like draw eyes, but later on I darken them. So I was thinking, what if stuff could crawl out of them, like I don't know, little skull serpents or something, or I don't know, just things like that. You know, flying skull maggots or something, I don't know, that just pop out of there. That'd be something interesting, design wise anyway. I think when you're coming up with these concepts, it's always a good idea to try and think of different elements of your design and you know, see if things work. This one just seemed to happen almost straight away. I had an idea in my head about having this big lump mass creature, and then have like some tentacles and a few spider legs and things like that. Maybe behind the body there is a couple more spider legs, who knows. You just like make up the creature and just almost like hope for the best sometimes. It's all I can really describe this drawing process as. You know, if you was drawing this, you could maybe do pre-sketches before this if you've got a totally clear idea what you want to do. That's something that I would do if you can't like realise what you want to draw sometimes, or when you start to draw it's not exactly how you imagined it, so it sometimes is best to do like draft sketches or little thumbnail sketches and things like that. I think I might go in more in depth in future videos and maybe do that beforehand, before I tackle the drawing. So we'll see, because it can be useful for drawing different variations of the way you see the creature. The way you could like position the creature in a different way. Put it in more darkness or light or something like that, or like it's coming out the ground. Just think of different ways of drawing these creatures. How would they live in their environment, and things like that can always help towards the creation of these. So like me just colouring this later as a grey colour, it made me think about it living in a huge cave, and that cave is like in the middle of a path towards a castle or something, and then you got to fight this creature to get to the castle. So that's basically what I thought behind this creature design. I think I'll probably do another one of these and try and create something in a different way, because I think these are quite useful to look at and see the concept, sketching and the ways of making these. It could be quite useful. So I'm using like grey paint. It's the neutral grey 5 Liquitex Basics acrylic. I'm just using it like watered down with water, and just to like give like a tone over it's like a mid-tone over the top of the creature, and I'm leaving like certain areas at the top of the legs like light, so I can add like a white colour later on, or maybe like I think it's bleach, is it titanium? It's like a bone colour anyway. It looks like unbleached titanium, nearly correct. So yeah, but when I'm painting these, I just want to just try and add like flat colours for now, and maybe a bit of shadows underneath certain areas, and just see how we go from there. Really, it's not an exact science. It's just like painting as you go and seeing how it looks as you go along as well. If it doesn't look as good as you're going along, then you just work on it some more and add a bit of paint here and there and things like that. I'm painting over the teeth as well because I can lighten them later. It's always good to paint dark so you can lighten stuff a bit later on. That's what I've found out anyway. It's a little tip there. It's always a good idea when you're painting or colouring anything really. Darken things, you can always lighten it later on. Just trying to work out the shadow underneath. I think it was a bit dark, so I need to thin it down a little bit. Painting them flappy bollock things. I think it's like, I don't know what it is, like, I don't know, like boils or something, like underneath. But at the end of it, I sort of like painted them out, so they ended up looking a bit flat anyway, but it still adds to the creature design, I suppose. But so we're darkening a lot of them greys now underneath. Trying to work out true shadow and try and create like a weight to the creature, and that's sort of what I'm trying to work out. I will be darkening them eyes because I think it's got like hollow eyes. That's what I see it as. Maybe like eyes used to be there, but maybe it doesn't see. Maybe it just like, I don't know, feels the presence of people and then goes and attacks them or something. I don't know. maybe it uses like them little skull maggots that come out the eyes, maybe that I mentioned earlier, and they go around, searching, for stuff, and then they're like connected in a way. I don't know. Just make up your own shit really when it comes to these things. It's your own creations really, so you can make up entirely what you want. It's entirely up to you, and that's the best process. Thinking of certain design elements and a little bit of a story behind your creature. So maybe this creature was like a demon god of the underworld at one time, and then he was kicked out, and then he just lives in a cave. I don't know. I just thought of that just now. Yeah. And he like feeds on the souls of people or something. Yeah, because souls and stuff feature heavily in this game. There's lots of game series. So yeah. So I'm using like the gel ink pen just to add my signature details, inky details to this creature. I'm trying to work it out and add the excessive detail that I love to do so much. It's just adding lots of details is quite cool. I do overdo this sometimes, but I don't really care. It's my drawings, so I just like to do this. It's drawing isn't finished until I've added loads of detail. As much detail as I can cram in there anyway. I think later we'll darken the eyes with a Sharpie marker or something, just to, because I did think about having them eyes like glowing white or something, but thinking about it, if they looked a bit hollow, then I think it'll look a bit better for this drawing. I always darken under the teeth. I do that quite often with creatures. I think I explained it in the past. It looks like it gives the teeth a more deeply rooted sort of a look, especially with these creatures, and like they've got like rotten skin and other stuff, and I think if you darken them and the teeth and things like that, it just creates a nice looking. The teeth stand out as well. You can just like go back to them and brighten them, and or not brighten them. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying these series. I've got more of these Dark Souls videos planned, and once I do a good handful of these ones, I want to draw some other stuff, going back to maybe Skyrim and things like that, so we'll probably see that in the future, but I'm going to try and draw as many things as I can from Dark Souls. Although this one isn't from Dark Souls, it's just a made up creation really, but it's still got the theme of Dark Souls, and it's got the vibe of Dark Souls in the concept design. So as I said, the next one will be a spider creature that I'm drawing. It's Queelag, I think. I can never pronounce that now. The Chaos Witch. I'm not entirely sure which. I don't know if it's the first Dark Souls. I'm not sure because I don't really play them, but I'm just going by some images I found on Google. So I've saved a few of them so I can just practice sketching beforehand, maybe, and just try and work on a composition. And I'll probably put that in the video as well. Maybe at the beginning of the video, so you can see some pre-sketch stuff, which hopefully might be of use when you're coming up with these concepts. I know for certain people maybe these videos are exactly how to draw stuff, but it's more on my process really of drawing stuff and trying to come up with stuff. I know in the past I've done videos how to draw, but it's not exactly how to draw, it's just more of these type videos where I'm just going through drawing stuff and in my way. It's not really, there's no exact science to drawing these type things, it's just doing it really. It's not like there's a easy to follow process, because sometimes drawings don't come easy, you just have to work on them and hope for the best sometimes. I mean, if you're producing good results, then you carry on with the drawing. If you're creating something that's not, great, or not something that you're happy with, then you just won't finish it really. You'll just probably start it again or not draw it at all really. So yeah, these videos, I want to do more of them, and there will be more of them, because I've created a playlist, drawing Dark Souls type stuff, and I created a playlist for like drawing game stuff, but that's just like a general one, drawing different game stuff. So I think I'll do playlists for each like theme that I'm drawing. Probably work out a bit better, then you'll be able to find them and watch them. So here I am darkening them eyes. At the time I did it, I thought, I don't know if I like it when I darken the eyes, but at the end of the concept creation, I think it works out for the better. It adds some visual interest right in the centre of the drawing. That's what I think. If I was to do a variation on this, I probably would draw maybe a close-up of the head, and maybe them like I said, skull serpents just bursting out of the eyes, the eye sockets or something, I don't know, and crawling all over the body. I think that's from it reminds me of that film Cloverfield, where there's that massive creature and then there's all them little ones just falling off it or something. I think that's where that idea comes from. It's probably just been in my head from that, probably subconscious thoughts, I think. Some kind of idea. It's crazy where ideas come from, you could just be watching a film and then you absorb it in your brain, and you use it later on in a drawing or design, and then you realise, oh yeah, that's from that, probably. So yeah, even though I didn't particularly draw them skull serpents, but that was the idea behind them eye sockets. I thought, because when you draw something and then it's like an afterthought of what you wanted to do, I get that a lot with some drawings, so I maybe probably would do a piece of artwork just to realise that concept. So if you're drawing any concepts, professionally or just as a hobby, it always is a good idea to come up with variations of one drawing, just to relay the concepts that you're thinking about. Yeah, so it's always a good idea to do that. And you're sort of creating 2 or 3 pieces of artwork out of the same drawing really, but you're having to redraw them, but it's good practice, I think. So I'm using a Sharpie marker just to add the thick lines underneath, a lot of shadow here and there, and a bit of texture as well with the markers. I'm trying to work out inside of the creature and a lot of the shadow. Always I just mix thick and thin ink lines and stuff like that. It's always a good idea to do that as well. It adds a bit of variation to the design. I'm not using that chisel tip one. Can't see on the screen, there's sunshine on it. I think I am. Don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I'm adding like some highlights now. I'm using the unbleached titanium watered down a little bit. You can sort of see it, but I think you can see it more when you look at the drawing off camera. So on camera you can see it, but when it dries, I don't know if you can see it, if you know what I mean. It's a bit strange, but you know, it adds the highlights anyway, and adds something to the overall concept creature sketch anyway. So I'm establishing that the light comes from the top and the shadows underneath, you know, like most things. If I was spending a bit more time on this, I'd do a background for it, like put it in the environment that I would have done like in a cave or something. But I just wanted to focus on the creature, to be honest. But in a separate one, you could, you know, separate drawing, you could maybe draw it smaller and draw a bit more of the environment, like the cave around it and things like that, which would look pretty cool. Dust on my screen and I can't see it with the sun. Just try and wipe it off. Yeah, so years ago when I used to see paintings and stuff, I didn't really know exactly how they was created. I didn't know about technical things like adding like layers of paint or thinning paint down for colour washes and things like that. If I'd have known things, you know, like techniques like that, then I don't know, I would have created a lot of cool paintings and things like that and ideas back then. But I think you just learn things as you're going along, and that's all you can really do. You know, self-teach yourself, or if you do go the college route, you know, try and learn what you can. I mean, college wasn't for me. Back when I was younger, I tried it, it didn't work. You know, I couldn't really learn what they wanted me to learn. So if you want to draw this type of stuff, it's always best to self-learn yourself, you know, look on YouTube, self-teach. So that's basically what I've been like, self-taught over the years, just trying to find a way of drawing that I like and just go with it. So I started off with drawing the concepts and then inking them. Then I'm going beyond that now and trying to add colour to them and trying to finish drawings a lot more. So yeah, I do like the creature designs in the, I mentioned this before, in the Dark Souls books. I don't own the books, but I've seen a lot of the images on Google and things like that, and some of the creatures look really cool. But then I can also see what the concept artist originally thought of some of the creatures, you know, that was trying out ideas and different ways of drawing them. And that's basically what concept art is. Just creating different creature designs and then seeing if one type of design works, and if one doesn't, then another one will you know, come around that can be a lot better. So you just work through it. It's doing the work to try and create a result that you want with these sketches. Also, sorry about the I live on a place where there's like a public path outside, so you just hear people walking and that. It's not like I can just, you know, tell them to shut up. I can edit it out, I suppose, but I just want to get this this video done, and a lot of the audio, me talking through it. So I think that's prevented me in the past not doing many videos. But then I just can't be waiting for it to be totally quiet to get on with these videos. So I just have to go through it, sort of thing, and just get on with the videos. Otherwise, I'll never do them. So yeah, still adding like loads of highlights with this paint. You'll find that when you've watered down paint, it dries usually it dries 50% lighter than you've actually painted it. You can't really see it. That's what I meant on, you know, when I'm doing this now. But when it dries, it does draw lighter than you've actually done it. So you may have to do a few layers, and you know, just see how the paint lays down on the page. Just had an idea. I'm just going to write it down for a future video. I need to do a video on colour washes and how important they are, and because you can create like lots of really cool effects with colour washes. Just write this down. Colour washes video. Probably see a video in the future about colour washes. So that's a really good way of building up layers of shadow, working out your highlights, and it just gives a basic under sort of painting to your drawings, and it's the beginning stages of colouring. And colour washes in layers can really advance your drawings from the beginning. And then these colour washes, because they're real thin sometimes, or thick, you know, you do the shadows thick or maybe, and then thin out and do some highlights and stuff like that. You can layer other media over the top, maybe other type of paints or coloured pencils or markers sometimes. But you just have to experiment with different media, because sometimes obviously they're created by different companies. They're not usually that compatible with each other. Sometimes you can get a paint that creates like a waxy layer over the top, and you can't really do much over the top. That's where you probably have to use like fixative or something like that to create like a base over the top. So colour washes can be anything, like what I'm doing here. I'm adding like colour washes with the grey, watering it down and trying to work it out a lot further. I think it's just an experimental process really, of seeing what works against what doesn't. So here I'm adding white to the teeth. Trying to be careful with it. Painting with brushes, sometimes it's not always neat, sometimes it's hard to, especially going to the points of the teeth there, it's a bit difficult to do. video with colour washes would be quite good to do in the future. So from here on in, really, it's just a case of balancing a lot of highlights and a bit more shadow, and then adding some like details. Oh, bit of wind. Yeah. Yeah, just working out some like highlights and just things to go over on the drawing. It's like these creature drawings, it's always a really good idea just to go with the flow on it, and you know, if things are working on it, just continue as you're going along. And what else can I say? I think after this spider creature one that I draw next video, I think I'm going to do some like armoured like skeletons or knights or something like that. Well, getting a bit distracted. That's just had to sort something out then. Right, back to this creature sketch. Yeah, I'll be doing more like in the future with this Dark Souls series. I'll be doing like armoured creatures, like I said, like knights and things like that, and full figures of undead creatures and stuff like that I've seen in the games. So that'll be something different as well. Maybe draw them in a proper concept sketch type style, a bit loose like these drawings and things like that. So that'll be coming up soon. Still adding like shadowed areas and just other details on the drawings, on this drawing anyway, this creature. Sometimes I'd like to like carry on and sometimes with these videos, but they take a lot of time to edit. If they're a larger video, I mean this one's going to be over an hour, but if I really spent the time and made like a totally finished drawing and things like that, I don't think I'd actually finish it if I tried to commit to an actual proper finished illustration. Basically, it's down to the editing and things like that, but I can still do these concept type videos, these ones, and try and spend a good amount of time on the drawing, and hopefully that's quite useful. In time I could do that when I invest in better equipment and things like that, and more memory cards, because I haven't got many of them at the moment. But yeah, I hope these creatures that I'm drawing are good, and you can follow the process of me drawing them and maybe create your own creatures, because this one was just basically like drawing my own boss creature from Dark Souls, what it could look like, one possible variation. I could do another one in the future, even though I do think this one is more Demon Souls, but still, it's a concept. I've run out of things to say. I could just like repeat what I'm going to say over and over again. I thought that won't be any good. Yeah, I probably would have liked to have do a bit more colour on this, or work on a bit more like the flesh tones for the creature, but I think this was good enough. I think keep it like a grey colour just to match the cave environment that I would have drawn. And I realised I think it was I think I drew quite a lot on the page, so it didn't leave much for the background. So you'd probably have to allow for that if you was redrawing it, or you know, like trying to get an environment picture. You'd probably reduce the size of the creature and then draw more of the environment if you was doing the actual concept design for the environment that the creature lives in as well, because that's important in these concept type designs. I think I could do, yeah, got another thought. I could do these Dark Souls actual creatures from the game, and then every so often I could just draw my own creature type design concept sketch and just mix it in with the videos. Yeah, that might work quite well, and that way I can just be more loose with what I'm drawing and not sticking to a reference image or things like that. A lot like this video, I'm just creating what I want, really, what I want to see, like the creature on the page. So it's always a good idea just to like free up your mind when you're drawing this type of stuff. Make it up as you go along is always a really good idea. So yeah, probably do that in the future. Obviously I'm not like a professional concept designer, but the way I draw things, I just like to do, you know, stuff like that and create stuff, and you know, just I think my drawing's okay, and you know, you could follow along the process or draw your own thing and hopefully just gather some ideas and the process in creating these type of things, really. So I don't really have to be a professional concept artist or anything like that. I'd like to be, but I suppose that'll come in time, you know, once I get myself more out there and work on my art a bit more. I know I need to work on a few things, like, you know, drawing in perspective and things like that, just to make my drawings a bit more professional. So yeah, but I reckon I could do concept designs for games and other stuff, especially creature designs. I just think I've just got the imagination for it, I think. I always drew these type of creatures and always creating stuff. Even as a young kid, I used to create stuff. Sometimes daft concepts. I remember as a kid drawing like ninjas and that with superhero capes, and I don't know. I wish that I would have kept that for them drawings when I was a kid, but I don't know. I think you just lose drawings and things like that. But yeah, I used to draw all sorts as a kid. Yeah, used to create my own characters and that, and then like put writing on the side saying what everything is. Like, he's always got like a grappling hook arm or something, and you know, I'd point to that and have a little arrow to his arm saying that's his grappling hook. arm or something, or you know, it's got a robot leg cannon or something, and I don't know, just silly stuff now. But then it's as I grow up, like it's more using your imagination to create stuff. So you don't want to lose that when you get older, because that's what mainstream school's all about, just preparing you to work in a dull job. Most of the time anyway, it's you know, preparing the workforce to just be a drone really. So I think if you can keep hold of your childlike imagination and, you know, create things as you get older, then you've won against the system. That's what I have to say about it anyway, because the system's there to just put you down, and you know, it's the system set in place for you to work a regular job that you're not happy with, but you just pay tax to, you know, the government, or you know, these other places that get the tax and stuff like that, and you're just like used as like a drone really. So if you realise that early on, then you'll know that doing what you love in life, like drawing, if you do like drawing or creating or playing video games and things like that, it's important to do these things, because life's about doing them sorts, you know, sort of things, and I don't think it's about living life on what other people set out for you to do. Even if your parents have got ideas, I mean, sure, they want the best for you most times, but I think it's best if you try and do your own thing and look at options and things like that. And that's something that I never really did. I went to art college, and it really wasn't what I wanted to do. It was, I wanted to draw comics. I had this idea, drawing comics, but then I didn't get on with it. It was just like a fantasy in my head, which, you know, if I'd have got on with it and, you know, made my journey towards that, then probably I'd be doing that now, who knows. But I think when you've got these ideas about doing things, it's best to just do them. You only live once, and once you're gone, you know. Life's short, time goes fast, so if you like to draw this type of stuff, then make a career out of it, or just really develop an interest in it and make sure you draw every day and things like that. And because to lose a skill because life gets in the way, it's not good at all really. I don't think it is. I almost lost the skill of drawing due to life. I thought I'd never get anywhere with it, but I think you just got to work at it. I never thought I'd earn money through it either. You know, it's one of them things. I'm slowly earning money through it. Commissions, I'm really gonna be stopping commissions, because some of them commissions just get me down, and I think there's other ways of earning money with your artwork. You know, they could be doing like concept designs like this, which I'd be happy to do. I'd you know, do it, and you know, but there's certain type of designs that people are asking me to do that I'm not interested in doing. But then I'm sort of like in a position where, oh, I need the money, but do I want to do the drawings that I'm not happy with just for the money, or do I just not do them drawings and just do what I want to do. I really did want to do my own type of drawings. It's like these sketch cards was a nice fill-in thing to do, but I don't want to do them long term either. So I think I'm doing my last couple of sets, these Star Wars. I've just done the Mandalorian Series 2 sketch cards, and that was a bit difficult because I hadn't watched the series, and I like Star Wars, but drawing stuff from Star Wars isn't really my kind of thing. But I was doing it for a bit of extra money, to be honest, and the cards that I get back I can sell for whatever I want, so I was sort of just thinking about the money, but it's not exactly what I want to do. You don't get paid a lot, but it's a bit of money. So yeah. So if you want to do these creature designs or concept artwork, or just do something with your artwork, then just do it. You can think about it, but don't think about it too much. Just do things, create things, draw every day, try and fit it in. I mean, even if you fit it half an hour in the morning, an hour here and there, whenever you can, but never forget that creating art, if it's what you want to do, it could always be a career option. Don't let anyone talk you down or things like that, because that's what I did in the past. I let people just say, sort of like dictate what I should be doing, really. Even with my art sometimes, like, oh, you should be a tattooist and things like that, and oh, you should draw like portraits and caricatures. I think they mean well, but they're just like, they don't know me. I don't want to be a tattooist. I don't want to deal with like tattooing, drawing actually on people's skin. Even I like drawing, but it's not what I want to do. Maybe like design tattoos, but other than that, I'm not really. Don't know. I want to follow my own journey, and it's I'm creating these type of designs and building up this YouTube channel. It's what I should be doing. It's what I was born to do, I think. So that's what I think, anyway. Anyway, back to the drawing. Rambled on a bit about it. I'm just like adding loads of these drips and stuff, just creating like it's like black slime or something. Always a good idea to do that on these type of drawings. Be like afraid of drawing over certain elements as well, drawing drips over, like in that mouth where you can see like the leg and that, there's drips hanging over that and things like that. You're just adding like layers to the drawing, really. It used to bother me if I tried to do that when I was younger, but now you can do that. There's no rules saying you can't add over like layers and details and stuff like that on top of a drawing. It can add to a drawing as well, especially a creature design like this. I think like creating creatures like this is all about creating layers of shadow, highlights, details. Especially fantasy creatures, you can just create as many light sources as you want, and loads of shadows and lots of other elements like mist and all that you can try and work out, and the sky's the limit with these illustrations, and the way you draw them, it's entirely up to you. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off. There's a few minutes left of this video. I'll just let you watch the rest, and I'll sum up the end. this video, and then yeah. Right, I think that's as far as I can go on this one. I'd probably add a bit more to it, but yeah, I think it looks how I wanted it to look. I could just go on and add way more little details, like loads more drips and things like that, but yeah, I think it's done. It looks like a Dark Souls type of a boss. You could just imagine it, maybe with these front legs that'd hit you or try and bite you or something, or just jump up in the air and land on you, or whip you with these tentacles, I don't know. Yeah, or like loads of like giant maggots will just like drop out these eyes or something, you know, I don't know, just try and make up what this Dark Souls boss villain might do in the game, you know. I quite like it. I wish I would have done more legs, a few more tentacles and things like that, but it still looks good as a design if you know, if I just go back like that. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. There's going to be more. I'm working on the fourth one as I film this last bit, and it is going to be the Quelaag Chaos Witch spider creature thing. Yeah, looks cool. It's looking good so far. I'll probably show you a preview, maybe on like my Instagram or on my actual community page on YouTube. Who knows? I'll just have to try and use that a bit more. Yeah, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to check out my daily art vlog playlist, which I'm still promoting, because I probably will do daily art vlogs in the future, as well as an art vlog that's weekly, which comes out every Wednesday. So don't forget to check that out, and subscribe if you want, if you are already subscribed, and click the like button if you want to. Up to you. Cheers now.